Hello guys, welcome to Be the Programmer Academy, where we build real-world projects to help you stand out. If you want to check out any of these courses, the links will be down in the description below. So we're going to be talking about how to become a better programmer, and we're going to be discussing 5 points. Number one, you have to get good at the fundamentals. I'm talking about your data structures, your logic, your algorithms. And let's start this with a pop quiz. Which of these two methods do you think will make it easier to access the number three? Okay, so to know this, you have to understand something called running time of algorithms. So in the first way, when the data is stored in an array, it's going to have a big O of n, where n is the number of items in the array. And in the second one, since it's an object, it's going to have big O of 1, since you can just access the data directly. So as you can see, knowing just this little thing, well, maybe not little, will help you write more efficient code, which makes a big difference when you start programming for mobile applications. You have to pay attention to if the user is on mobile data or if they're using Wi-Fi. So you don't want to run intensive algorithms like this. So you have to really pay attention to your algorithms or just how you write your code. So get good at the fundamentals, the while loops, the for loops, know when to use them and when not to use them. Number two, you have to understand which tools to use for which jobs. Okay, let's have another pop quiz. You want to build a full stack marketing website, and you have two choices: React.js, Next.js, and SEO is very important to you. So which one do you choose? If you said React.js, then my question to you is why? I mean, it could work, but why use React when Next.js excels better at SEO and even better at full stack applications? So just knowing the advantages and the disadvantages of each technologies can help you make better decisions when you want to start building applications. So you have to make sure that you know and understand what the technology brings to the table, basically. Number three, practice, practice, practice. Do you know that if you don't use a skill, your brain literally forgets it? So the question is, how do you practice? I personally advise that you practice by building real world projects. Well, any projects really. But this is going to help you to challenge yourself. If you've learned a new skill, challenge yourself by using that skill to build a project. And you're going to run into issues. By fixing those issues, you're going to improve your debugging skills, which, trust me, is one of the biggest part of being a programmer. And this is just good overall. So if you want to practice building projects, that's all we do. I've built a couple of real-world projects like YouTube and even a real-world portfolio. So this is going to help you, any projects you've built, to showcase your skills. Make sure to put it in your portfolio. If you want to learn how to build a portfolio, I've built a beautiful real-world portfolio where we use AI, we use Next.js, styled components, and the cool skills. Okay, so practice. Number four, another pop quiz. Do you see any issue with this file, this code right here? Okay, no issues. What about in 2 months, you get a contract and they say we want to support multiple languages? Now, do you see an issue with this code? You have to actually go and take each text and put it in different translation files so that you can translate it to support multiple languages. And this is a real life scenario that I dealt with in one company that I worked with. So the point I'm trying to make is you have to write codes that are maintainable. You have to think ahead and think, how does this play out in 1 year or a couple of years' time? So you want to make sure that other programmers that might be looking at your code don't have a hard time understanding what you are trying to do. So if you have to leave comments, leave comments. If you have to use variable names that are more descriptive, use variable names that are more descriptive. And try to break things down into, for example, in React, try to make components. If you think something might be reusable across the application, try to make it a component where other files or other pages can use it. So this is all about writing maintainable code and easy to manage code. Number five, testing. Testing is big and very important. I know these days some companies, they have the developers that write the code and then they have QA engineers that actually test the code. I personally believe that as a developer, you should be responsible for testing your own code, at least make a habit of it. So learn about testing, learn about following best practices, even accessibility best guidelines practices, just to make your code more testable. You can even form habits like breaking things into smaller sizes. I know the smaller something is, like the smaller the components, the easier it is to test. So testing is very important, and I something is a habit I will encourage every developer to work on. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of the video. If you found any tips helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment down below if you have anything to say. And if you want to check out any of the courses where we build real world projects like YouTube, Pinterest, or even your own beautiful portfolio websites, we use AI. And I have other courses coming up like Snapchat clone, Facebook Messenger clone. Just tune in, okay? All the links will be down in the description below. Make sure to check it out, and I'll catch you next time.